So what did the Scipilians, so what they omnes, welcome again to another episode of Latin in Layman's featuring some mobility and some Doc Martens and smart wool socks. Didn't realize we were going to do a fit check. We're not. We're going to be talking about a couple of words that pertain to females here. And I thought, I love diving into female kind of stuff and anatomy and physiology and that kind of stuff pertaining to, if you haven't checked out my cervix one, why we have both a cervical spine as well as women having a cervix. I might go ahead and do that one again. I've done it in the past. I think that was like around springtime because it was an epiphany that I had in my Ion Euripides Greek class where I learned about the concept of the epistemology of the uterus and the womb. But we're not going to get into that right now. We're not going to talk about hysteria. We're not going to talk about hysterectomy. Hysteria in the Greek means uterus. So hysterectomy literally means the cutting out of the uterus, essentially. So not going to talk about that otherwise. We're going to talk about something else that maybe people dealing with, and or you are on TikTok and you see a lot of these women that are really, really lean and they're really, really, really always clean eating and all that crap and stuff like that. For all that don't know, you need subcutaneous fat in order to regulate your endocrine system. Men, if you go too lean, you can't get this thing up. Yeah, it doesn't go up. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. If you can ask any bodybuilder that's on prep. And for any women, they don't even they don't get to afford the leniency that the male body kind of entertains, because males can undergo a lot more physical undue stress and their body doesn't actually rebel against them, unlike women, where if they are exhibiting things like amenorrhea, they're losing their hair, they're not having their period. And in fact, we're going to get on into it because it kind of dives into the female triad. And I'm not going to get into that other than the fact that it really deals with a lot of women in athletic settings. This will be probably another video that I talk about more so because I'm already rambling big time. But excuse me, while we get into a couple of words, and if you learn something new, consider contributing to my Ko-Fi and or rating me wherever you can. Amenorrhea, a meaning without, meno in the Latin means month and or monthly. And then ria is also where we get something like, oh, if I were to take meno out of there and put a dia means through, ria means a flowing. Diarrhea literally means a flowing through, and in this case, your human body. But in this case, aka, just for the meme of it, number 3. Now, if you have amenorrhea, you have a without monthly flowing. That's exactly what it means. You don't have your period because you probably are too lean, or you are dealing with other hormonal imbalances and everything like that. That being said, though, this is where you get menopause. Menopause is the time in a woman's life where, and then, hey, if I were to do peri means around. It's around the monthly pausing of the stop of the monthly cycle, essentially. So if you didn't know, now you know. Amenorrhea, menopause. Maybe you guys can think of more, and if not, we're going to get into more female anatomy because got to show some love to the women, just like I showed my love to my homie dudes. I'm done. Tempest says to Scatteray.